Hello everyone! Today's video has been very highly requested, and this is my yoga routine. Now, I haven't done yoga in a few months, so I'm not very good at it, and I'm in no way a professional. Or I don't really know exactly what I'm doing, but everything I learned was from reading online or YouTube videos, so I thought I'd show you just my actual routine, since you guys really wanted to know. The number one thing you need to remember is your breathing. Now, it's kind of hard to explain a little bit. I'm pretty sure I've gotten the breathing down, but I've never taken a class, so I don't know for sure. What I do is I breathe through my nose, and I kind of base this in my throat. So you kind of feel a little vibration in your throat, and you make it very deep breaths. So you stretch it out long, so you want to be like... That's kind of the typical breathe in and breathe out. So once you have that pretty much down, then you can go ahead and move into the actual poses. The first thing I like to do is braid my hair just to get it out of the way because I have a lot of hair. Then I roll out my mat that I got from Target. The first pose I start with is cat pose. This is great for strengthening your back. You want your wrists underneath your shoulders and knees under the hips. Bend your spine so that you drop your stomach and your head raises, and breathing in at the same time. As you exhale, round out your back so that it arches like a cat, and drop your head. You want to try to look at your belly button. And continue this to 5 to 6 more breaths. Next is mountain pose. This is great to improve posture and make your legs stronger. Bend your knees and straighten them back out, which engages your upper thighs, and distributes your weight evenly onto both feet. Drop your tailbone to the floor, pulling in your stomach. Slide the shoulders back so that you have great posture. You want to bring the arms up and touch them together as you breathe in, and bring your arms down on the exhale. Once again, do this for 5 to 6 more breaths. Next is standing forward bend, which stretches your hamstrings. This is one that I'm not very good at, so bear with me. Bend your knees slightly as you lower your back towards the floor, keeping it straight until you reach your toes. Try to touch the floor with your palms if you can, but don't strain your muscles. You want to ease into this. If you need to keep your knees bent, do so. Then, bring up your back into a straight line while you breathe in. Relax back down on the exhale. If you need to, keep your hands above your knees for more support. Do this for 5 to 6 more breaths. When you come up out of this, you want to roll up your back, and the neck is the last thing to come up. After that is the lunge pose. This opens the hips, stretches the calves, thighs, and hamstrings. Step your right foot forward and make sure it's directly below your knee. You do not want this to go past your knee. That just puts more strain on your knee, and that's not good. Pull in your stomach and roll back the shoulder blades. On the inhale, lean forward slightly, and then on the exhale, push down ever so slightly to stretch the groin. Don't forget to do this on both sides for 5 to 6 breaths each. From here, I go into the warrior pose. This is the only warrior pose I do because I'm still new, and this requires a lot of leg strength, which I don't have much leg strength. You want to keep the front leg bent at a 90-degree angle and the back leg diagonal. Try to hold this without wavering. It's tricky. After a while, your leg will start to burn, but that's how you know it's working. From here, I go into the tree pose. Yes, I know it's a lot of going up and down, but this is just how I like to organize my routine. This pose is fantastic for balance and strengthening your legs. So get back into mountain pose and then shift your weight to one side. Bring the opposite leg up and press it into the thigh. If you need to, hold onto a chair to keep your balance. You want to keep that tailbone down and the stomach pulled in because posture is very important for this. Bring the hands together in a prayer or raise them above your head if you can balance pretty easily. Do this for both sides for, you guessed it, 5 to 6 more breaths. To the downward facing dog. This is another that I'm not very good at, so I will include a picture of someone who's been doing this for a long time to kind of show you how you should eventually end up But right now you might look a little like me. So first come into cat pose and bring your hands a little more farther forward. You want to raise up your butt so that it's farther up in the air and you're looking at your knees. You want to relax your neck and pull back the shoulder blades. On the inhale, try to bring in the stomach, and on the exhale, try to touch your heels to the floor. This will stretch the hamstrings, but don't push too hard. This is great for stretching your whole body, and you want to keep your back as straight with your arms as possible to kind of make an upside down V. From here, go right down into Cobra. This is a tricky one, and I still have trouble getting the hang of it, so I'll do my best to explain. What this is meant to do is to bend your back, the opposite of everyday activities like when you hunch over at a computer. So you want to roll back the shoulder blades and lift up the chest, trying to focus on bending the upper back and not your lower back, which is usually where I have the trouble. When you focus this on your lower back, it can end up having more back pain. You want to gently ease into this, and if you need to, keep your lower ribs still on the floor and keep the breathing slow. Do this for 5 to 6 breaths. From here, go right back into child's pose. This stretches out your shoulder blades and hips. You want to widen your knees a little more than normal and rest your stomach in between them. Relax your back and take deep breaths. Do this for however long you need to because this is a great stress reliever. And then coming from there, we move into my personal favorite, the final relaxation pose, or as some people call it, the corpse pose. This allows your body to absorb everything you've done to it. You want to roll back onto the mat and begin to relax everything. Allow the arms to fall at your sides and let the legs flop wherever is comfortable. You want to keep your posture still good by keeping in that tailbone and begin to take deep breaths. Do this for at least 5 minutes to let your body fully relax and calm your mind. The only thing you want to think about is your breathing. When you're done, begin to wiggle your fingers, your toes, your arms, your legs, and then bring the legs up and roll onto one side to slowly get up. So that is my yoga routine. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any information on yoga and you saw that I was doing something wrong, please leave a comment below letting other people know and myself. I've never been to a class, remember, so I am in no way an expert. A lot of people just really wanted to know what I do, so that is why I made this. I hope everybody has a great day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!